My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. And why does this movie exist? It's so unnecessary. If you know me, you would know that the animated original is my favorite movie of all time, period. Like, it is perfect from beginning to end, and I just love it with every fiber of my being. So when I heard they were making a live action remake, I just thought to myself, why? Like, these movies are just void of any artistic merit, they're void of any creativity, and they keep making money, so we'll keep getting them, but my expectations for this movie were rock bottom. I was still hoping that it would capture the spirit of the original movie, but it didn't, and I really did not like this movie. So, let's begin by talking about the cast. And I need to mention that Hiccup is my favorite movie character of all time, and Jay Baruchel's performance is iconic to me. His line delivery throughout is pitch perfect. Like, da da da, we're all dead. Where do you think you're going? Just, he is filled with so much personality and his voice is distinct. Mason Thames isn't able to do any of that, and every line reading just paled in comparison. I thought he lacked any bit of personality. I thought he never brought emotional weight, and I don't think he carries this movie well. It's a lacking performance in every sense. Nika Parker was fine. I do think she was the right choice for this character. I just wish she was given better direction because you can see potential here for a great performance, but she just never gets there. The romance between the two of them, I didn't really buy it here. I didn't sense that chemistry. Gerard Butler is back playing stoic, and he does a really good job. He brings emotional weight when needed, and he brought the proper physicality as well. It's kind of weird, like how much he looked like the animated stoic, but yeah, he's really good. Nick Frost as Garbo, I didn't like. He never had any real personality, and I just thought he failed to make this character his own. Julian Dennison, I thought was pretty lacking, nothing special. Gabriel Howe, he's not bad, he's serviceable, but not great. Brandon James and Harry Travadin as the trends are really awful here. So Nico Parker, Gerard Butler stand out. Everyone else, not so much. And when you're doing a live action remake, I should mention this because I do believe you can do it a few different ways. There's Cruella, which has nothing in common with 101 Dalmatians, but it feels fresh, it feels new. There's Dumbo, well, it's kinda of a remake, but it's also got an entire second half of the story. There's Beauty and the Beast, which is a shot-for-shot remake, but I like that movie because it captures the spirit so incredibly well. So there's a number of different kinds of live-action remakes you can get. This one chooses to be a shot-for-shot remake. And the issue with that is the original movie is, like I said, pitch perfect. So when they change a few things here and there, it really stands out. Like when I say a movie is perfect, I mean every decision made, every scene, every line reading is perfect. So when you keep changing some stuff ever so slightly, it just stands out all the more. So I don't know how you could do a different take on this story, so I feel like this movie was just screwed from the get-go. Because, like, there's one scene in the animated movie. Well, Stork saves Toothless and Hiccup gets on him, and Stork's like, I am proud to call you my son. And Hiccup says, thanks. Okay. In the scene here, Hiccup says, that's all I wanted to hear. Now it's heavy-handed, and now it doesn't work as well. The animated movie, Hiccup saves Astrid, puts her down, the camera pans around her, and she says, go. This movie, the same thing happens, but it takes her a few extra seconds before she says, go. And it just throws me off. All these changes become distracting, and then, like, I don't know, like, it's just, I typically do not like this kind of movie. I just think it's void of any imagination. It's just Hollywood at its very worst. And at the same time, this movie is the same story, and it's 30 minutes longer. And it's done worse. Why do they keep doing this? Aladdin, 80 minutes, live action, over 2 hours. Little Mermaid, 80 minutes, live action, over 2 hours. Why aren't they capable of telling these great stories in 90 minutes like the animated movies are? It just drives me mad, and every scene goes on for too long, and I actually found the pacing to be very bad, and I was bored watching this movie. And some additions here just sucked. Like, they gave Snout his own subplot with his father, and it's so shoehorned in, and it's so unnecessary. They bring up Farka a lot here. They made the Bewilderbeast an alpha dragon, which I get why they made that change because of the second movie, but I don't think it was needed. So, I guess all this to say, the original movie is perfect as it is, and any attempt at a shot-for-shot remake was doomed to fail. And they did get rid of the one scene where Hiccup and Toothless go to the village during the See You Tomorrow montage, and they got rid of Not So Fireproof. And those scenes now stick out to me because I'm like, why would you get rid of those two scenes? Like, I don't want them to do a shot-for-shot remake, but they did, and now they got rid of those scenes, and now I'm like, why? Like, Not So Fireproof is an important scene because it shows Hiccup bonding with other dragons. It's not just Toothless. So, whatever, I guess. But let's pretend the original movie doesn't exist. This movie is still bad because the execution of its story is lacking. It doesn't have that emotional power, and the character work just isn't as good. Now, I will say, some moments here do capture the magic of the original movie. The ending of the test drive scene, the See You Tomorrow montage, kinda. Romantic Flight is a pleasant scene, not as good, but still good. Stork discovering Toothless and Hiccup. And maybe a couple others. There's few moments, but there's too few and far between. And, yeah, but let's talk about the music, because the original music by John Powell is my favorite score ever, and it is nice to hear it on the big screen again. Hear it? It's nice to hear it in allowed Theodore again. There we go. But there's a few baffling changes here. Like, See You Tomorrow has a bunch of pauses, so the montage just doesn't flow as well. And then Test Drive, when Hiccup starts falling, it's like, oh, kind of music, and it doesn't fit the scene at all, and it's just a really distracting choice. But the final 10 minutes of this movie actually had some new music, and it really stood out to me. The visuals are fine, it's well shot, the visual effects are decent. Some of the costumes do look really cheap, especially for Gobble. That mustache was so fake and they shouldn't have done that. But I will say that I don't think this movie had a real vision behind it. You know, I know it's directed by the same dude, but it felt like a movie made out of obligation, and you don't feel the same sort of passion here. So, look, I love this story, I love these characters, and I love the original movie, and this one just pales in comparison in every possible way. Everything that's present here is just done infinitely worse. I don't see a reason for this movie to exist, and I don't see a reason for anyone to watch this movie over the original. So I would avoid this movie, and you know what, screw it. I'll give How to Train Your Dragon a 3 out of 10. Like, it is really bad. I hated this movie. I did. I was miserable watching it. Some moments I was like, oh, and then I'd be back to miserable. But anyways, How to Train Your Dragon 2025. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.